But in terms of the early game, LeBlanc versus Caston, if this happens to be the matchup, will definitely go in the favor of LeBlanc. Very similar to LeBlanc versus Diana. But once you hit 6 and you have a little bit more mobility, once you've gone back and picked up your first item, then things start to even out a little bit, and that's when Caston gets to a point where you can begin the outscale versus the Magician.
Yeah, exactly right. And looking down towards the bottom lane as well, we got the double ranged in the Ari LeBlanc, theoretically, which could come out. I'm excited about that, you know? I mean, there's some extra buttons you can press. There's some charms that can land. Some chains as well. Chains and charms, always a good time. But we want you to hop over onto Twitter. Vote at LOL Esports. Use that hashtag JPNWin or SEAWin if you want Japan or Southeast Asia to take this victory. Of course, this is all Southeast Asia need to get themselves to the All-Star event next week. Otherwise, we're going to 1v1s, and I personally am rooting for Japan this time.
I gotta say, I'm a little bit biased.
I want these 1v1s so bad.
I will say, though, all of the momentum lies with the SEA side. Levy has been
jungler
popping off. QTV still playing the Assassins. Again, they're picking all of their comfortable things, what they've always been playing the Assassin mode on, and they're here to wreck again.
But now, Tussle is on something that he's comfortable on too, and Evie is a player that's been consistently performing out of his mind throughout this tournament. And when you give him a champion like Pantheon, when you have the ability to teleport, there's no saying what he's able to do.
Skins. They're hurting each other. Oh, Chain's going to land here. Levy could actually catch up to Tussle here.
He's cool. He's
fine. Okay.
I don't know why he burned oh,
it's refillable.
He's
alright.
Yeah. He's good. He's Gucci.
Literally everything is fine.
Got excited. Got excited.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It's an exciting mode.
Now, we have to take a second because as a...
You can have as many seconds as you want.
I'd love that. Cheers, man. I would actually love to talk about Nocturne, right? Because
go for it.
I actually learnt about Nocturne mid from a random Korean YouTube video where this Nocturne mid main was running around one-shotting mages. And I thought, this could be really fun. I'm actually quite excited to see that. So I looked up his build, and he actually, in the past, went for very early Blade of the Ruin King into Yomu's Ghostblade, and then you go into the sword, the Drakthar, Dustblade of Drakthar,
yeah.
right? And the amount of burst that you have is actually unbelievable. And that build path is not at all what we've been seeing throughout this tournament. The early Hex Drinker makes a lot of sense. I can respect that. I appreciate a lot considering how many Mage Assassins you are, especially into an Ari LeBlanc bottom lane. However, I'd still like to see Yomu's Ghostblade come out afterwards, because even with the change to lethality, the completed item is still very efficient. You can pick up 4 swords beforehand, and that'll actually give you a surprising amount of burst.
What's the important part of Nocturne when he uses his ultimate is to stay on top of the person so that you can keep up. Ghostblade makes sense in that respect, as does Black Cleaver. If you look to actually assist your team, it does enough physical damage. Let's say Levy actually gets 3 kills in the early game again. I'd probably go Black Cleaver to make sure he continues to do that much damage.
Thing is, though, you're going to have a Pantheon on your team, and it's super easy to proc that Black Cleaver stacks using your E. So rely on him to be the team player. As a Nocturne with an Ignite.
The top laner?
Yeah, well, I would just rely on them to not get in my way while I'm killing stuff, you know?
I like it. I like it. Level 2 has been gained by QTV. First here in this mirror match towards the top side, where the Spartans are just throwing sticks at each other, and will do probably throughout this entire laning phase.
So I actually can't remember if you can block the Pantheon Spear, because that's not a common thing.
With a Pantheon passive?
Yeah.
I think not.
No.
I believe it's a physical spell where it blocks auto attacks.
Right. That would make sense. Yeah.
But I mean, in real life, this it should.
I mean, practically speaking, I mean, this shield is probably the most practical thing
at the moment.
On the
doesn't block it, which is the important part. Levy taking this Scuttle Crab. We'll see whether he actually pokes his head towards this bottom side of the map. First dragon going to be the Infernal Drake, which could be a big deal. A lot of characters with some damage here probably would like those extra stats.
It's actually a big farm differential up in the top lane, and I feel a lot of that is because of the difference in summoner spells. Evie has to play a little bit more defensively because he is going up against an Ignite top laner, which means that QTV does have a little bit more kill pressure. But also the fact that QTV got the early shove, pushing Evie underneath the turret, is definitely going to benefit him overall.
Yeah, definitely. The good recall timing for QTV gets him back, because they're trying something mid. We'll see.
Yeah, looking for Seros, who is going to be able to out. Oh, there's the dive. Levy Not even going to die from it, gets perfectly out of the turret range and heads back home. First blood over to Optimus.
Pretty stylish, I will say. That was an awkward interaction. Either way, they get themselves the first blood. Seros also uses his flash, and turrets don't even matter to Levy at like 4 minutes in the game.
I know, right? Level 4, and he's even able to get away with his life. And this is exactly what the Kassadin does not want to happen. He needs to get to that level 6 mark. He wants to go back and pick up that Megatron cloak so that he can survive this laning phase against the LeBlanc. And unfortunately, with that early advantage going over to Optimus, it's really going to hurt Seros later in the game.
Well, Tussle.
That's a big plan.
Yeah, Jesus.
That's a cool recall.
Frightened me.
Are they going to try and dive a Pantheon? I mean, ambitious, I feel.
Especially when Evie hasn't recalled.
It's not happening this time. Because Evie does have his teleport, so we'll be able to get back up towards that top lane pretty easily. Only 5 creeps the difference, but that's a big minion wave for QTV to pick up. It seems we know at 5 minutes who the winning early Pantheon is. I hate mirror matchups so much. It's just such a bother.
I mean, 4 of the same champions.
Too many mind games, man. Too many mind games. I just don't have the confidence to do mirror matchups. Just never assume that I'm better, and then I just get beaten. As Levy is going to discover Tussle, taking his wolf cam. Oh, the jump doesn't use the blast cone. That would have been cute.
You know, one thing I have noticed, actually, about Kha'Zix throughout this assassin mode... oh, hang on a second.
Oh, dear. Oh, God. Levy looking for it one more time. Tussle flashes himself out of the way.
Simultaneous jump cooldowns for the record, so they'll both be fine, you would imagine.
Seros gets in there. They're actually just looking for another mid-gank. Chains don't land, so Optimus can't follow through. Force Pulse is going to be there, but there's a lot of minions as Evie's making his way down as well. Doesn't have the level 6. Grand Skyfall not there. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, Dara's discovered Ron OP. More charms, everything flying left, right, and center. However, Ron OP going to avoid the last one and should be okay. Celebrity, welcome to the bottom lane, good sir.
I really want to highlight how great that interaction was, where both jumps are on the same cooldown. Yeah. So you literally just hear them both going, rah! And then they run away for a while, and it's like, rah! And then they just continue running away. I mean, it's just outstanding.
I need you to commentate like that more often.
Right, every single time Kha'Zix engages, it's no longer he's coming in for the flank, he's coming in for the rah!
Exactly. Sounds of the game with Vedius. We need to make it happen. Perfect.
Oh, actually, slight shift in itemization. Very early Tiamat from Tussle. This is something that he regularly does on his Lee Sin and Rek'Sai, but hang on a second.
This is a hello, boys.
Oh, the tension.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, no!
Ready, just face checks. Immediate flash to get out, but doesn't land the charm. Oh my goodness, in goes Ron, able to pick up that kill. Ahri on Ahri action, and Ahri's going to win, surprisingly enough.
This Ron OP guy, flash skill shot seems to be his expertise. The brand before the Ahri.
Yeah.
He knows what's up when it comes to hitting those.
Yeah, really good job locking down Hereti. Honestly, like, it
Hereti's
looked like
not
that
had a
he
good
flashed
day.
out. Yeah, it looked like that he flashed out, but he really didn't have many options. You can see, like, they literally had no vision of each other. Hereti wanted to get the ward down. He then gets locked up. He gets hit by... I think he actually just gets stuck in the wall because there are so many models there that he couldn't decide where to move, so he had to go the long way around them to get past.
I don't think he decided much in that situation.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Was just pelted with abilities.
He got rared all over the place.
Continues to be relevant. 700 gold is the difference, though. GPL coming out ahead for the moment.
Tussle level 6 to the level 5 of Levy, so even though Levy has been putting a lot of jungle ganks off, Tussle has actually been prioritizing his farm, which isn't that really surprising considering this is what he does pretty much on all of his junglers. Oh, Levy, nice.
Levy. Yep, Celebrity's been ignited towards the bottom side, though, as Dara only needs one more auto attack or just the last tick of the ignite. Exhaust was saved for Ron OP. He throws his down on Dara, who doesn't have a lot of mana, as Hereti still wants to land some more abilities, but doesn't find them. Ron OP's going to survive, but a nice kill here for the LJL.
Dara did just tick 6 from those minions dying, so he's trying to test the waters and see if the Ahri wants to overstay. Of course isn't. You can see him recalling, and we're also going to see just how Celebrity dies here.
So Celebrity walks up to get the minions. I mean, that was just bad. Celebrity, like, you should know that Dara is sitting in the brush waiting for an opportunity to strike. He wasn't able to get the spell shield to block the initial chains, and the problem is that because the chains have already attached, the spell shield will not block the second proc, so you end up still getting rooted even through that spell shield. Just honestly a big misplay there from Celebrity.
Yeah, unfortunate. It was very, very close to being timed correctly, but just not quite enough. Levy does have a red buff available, and oh my goodness, we got another Mountain Drake. Sorry, another Infernal Drake. Actually, no, it's not. It's the first one. No one's actually been down there just yet.
It's assassins.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to take objectives.
You can take it. Dragon, if you're a Kha'Zix, surely.
I mean, there's 2 Kha'Zix, so they could both take it. The question is who pulls the trigger first, who gets caught doing it.
That's a good point.
Optimus.
It's happening again.
Oh, goodness gracious me. Doesn't have a very long leap as Levy's just going to sink his fangs in. Or his claws. Doesn't have fangs. He's a little insect man as Dara. Oh, that's a stationary target, Ron OP. Very difficult to hit with a skill shot as there's the Darkness Celebrity is going to follow the Mimic Distortion as Dara's in trouble. Just goes back. That was cute, but you can't dodge that.
All 5 members now from the GPL team have made their way down to the bottom half of the map. We were just talking about this dragon. Looks like that could be an option.
They're escorting Whitney Houston out.
I like how Heretti was underneath that turret, probably typing in all chat saying, I've had a really bad day, please don't dive me. And they said, yes, we're going to take down the Infernal Drake instead. We'll see whether LJL can actually do anything about it as Saros has been snared up already. Oh my goodness, don't do it! As there's the Grand Skyfall. Good stun as Ron OP is going to fall down. Saros grabs that kill. Levy just says, well, I just wanted to kill the dragon. Is going to be able to do so as now Evie gets jumped on. Good kill. A double actually coming out from QTV as Tussle now running away. Celebrity's very low. Does have a lot of darknesses. Oh my god, Saros just explodes the Nocturne, but that's a triple kill. And this is Pantheon's time as Optimus grabs the last kill. Dara says, well, we are going to continue this engagement because this is assassin mode and you just never dang stop as QTV wants a quadra.
Go back, Dara, go back. You can get the outplay. Decided not to go for it. But still, fight win over to the Vietnamese squad. But that fight started quite a while ago and that ward was still there. They had full vision of Tussle. He gets rooted up by Optimus. Easy pickup for Levy. Now with the numbers advantage going in favor of the GPL, Dara's trying to defend his blue buff, but because they don't have vision over the wall, they don't see Ron and Celebrity. Celebrity goes a little bit ham, but fortunately his posse is there to guide him out, and then they're able to move to safety.
Well, Saros just doing his best to corral them here, and GPL actually looked for this fight.
Yeah, and again, they want to actually commit to it. The Infernal Drake seems to be important to them, and they've also got the full health Saros with his ultimate, all of his mana available. However, they don't commit to the Drake, just one Pantheon does. Evie commits to it. The rest of his team's trying to kill members of their opposition, and this is where the C team come back and they get the triple kill for Pantheon that obviously can't beat the ridiculous damage that comes out of Optimus.
But wait, there's more.
And he mind games himself. You know when you're too desperate for a kill that you flash against a LeBlanc?
I definitely would have gone back here, 100% without a doubt.
Well, you may have died.
I may have, but I would have done it into style.
I say it a few times, you know, here and there, but that's why you're on this side of the desk with me now.
That is very true, yes.
We both would do the same thing.
I probably would have done the same thing. I just don't think it's necessarily
in fairness, you did
idea.
in our 1 versus 1. You could have won.
Exactly.
But you chose the honorable way to die.
The outplay.
Oh my goodness. Do you guys just want to talk about your 1v1, or do we want to get back to this assassin? we can do that if we like. More than happy to talk about the Lee Sin off.
This is a head and heart moment, Atlas.
It was.
Yeah, I understand.
It was a heavy time.
Saros, there's the Mimic in the mid lane. Chains are just going to be avoided using the Riptork. Saros just doesn't seem to mind too much. Pretty comfortable on the Kassadin. Just wants to scale. Doesn't have a Rod of Ages or anything built up just yet, but has a 3 CS advantage and a couple of kills under his belt. Those 4 assists that Optimus has will put him ahead as far as money is concerned, and he's got 6 stacks on that Dark Seal. They're feeling pretty strong.
Well, at least the fans are going to be happy because right now in the bottom lane, it is only Ahri on Ahri action. And who can
once
really
again.
Exactly. So both actually running the exhaust too. So tiring each
Ahris
other out. Yeah, exactly. We need to stop this right now. We need to bring this back.
I think you're the one that brought us here, Vengeance.
Yeah, I know, right? And I took us too far.
I want to get off this ride. All right, Dara's going to head back to the Distortioners. Thankfully, he's going to break up this Ahri versus Ahri matchup on the bottom side of the map.
One thing we can note is it's not Levy with all of the kills this time around. It is actually QTV and a combination of Optimus with him. So responsibility.
Whoa. What's actually happened is Levy has tried to get kills and QTV using his silly crit mechanics have stolen them from him.
My point remains, thankfully.
Yes, it does. Your point is valid. However, it is QTV stealing those kills away from Levy.
The highlighting of the scumbaggery is valid.
Exactly, yes.
I like it. However, it's not his fault that the mechanic of the champion helps him secure kills for his team.
That's the excuse that everyone in solo queue uses.
Says the Pantheon main. It's not me, not a Pantheon main. In goes Optimus, lands the chain. Another Rift Walk gets him out of it, as there are distortions happening everywhere. I have no idea where any of these LeBlancs are.
Was that the Mimic or was that the real one?
I don't know. Not anymore anyways. QTV is going to be clearing out some vision. Tussle was spotted by the Pantheon as he moves down towards the mid lane.
Whoa!
Oh, Optimus loses that trade pretty considerably with the Abyssal Scepter already built up now on Seros.
Yep. Yeah, I think he's trying to bait Seros to go forwards. Obviously, you can see the Pantheon just to the side there. Levy's holding his hand now that he has no health, and it's still continuing.
QTV holding up that shield. Just wanders past. Will do a lap and head back towards the top lane.
Yet to see a tower fall from either side. Honestly, Seros holding himself well right now. He has completed that Abyssal Scepter. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, he's gone into the sky. The Skyfall is going to come down, but Levy, just jumped on by Evie underneath the turret. No worries at all. That's 2 quick kills for SEA.
And Seros is starting to become a big deal. Evie, of course, gets in. Good ultimate, capitalizing on Levy just holding his hands. And I guess in the battle of the Evies, the LJL one is superior right now.
Big lightning bolt coming out from Evie to secure that kill, and honestly I felt like that it made for a real theatrical moment. We will get the replay relatively soon, and you can see it was almost like God himself had descended to smite down his foes. So
Is that what God does?
Just keep your eye on Evie right now, because he's gonna get in with the Grand Skyfall. He's just gonna dive onto Levy. He's not even gonna need the crit, because there's the Thunderbolt. See, that is how you want to that's how you want to execute, you know?
Yeah, that's the hammer of Thor.
Now disregard the LeBlanc and the Castle. That lightning bolt, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's all about
priorities, Rusty, priorities.
Well, Celebrity's looking to gank nothing up here towards the top side of the map. Does have the darkness with him. Can get paranoid somewhere.
Thinking about it, we actually haven't seen any darkness this game, if I recall correctly. I think
been really bright.
I think he's yet to use that ultimate.
One LeBlanc kill bottom. I think it was.
Oh, yes, you're very...
We're probably about to see it anyway,
We could very well do.
Well, there's some darkness as Evie is going to get jumped on. That was a gang hit on the top side of the map. Disgusting to watch.
Good night, sweet prince. You are going to lose your tower as retribution for giving away your life. And this will now give Southeast Asia a bit of a gold advantage. 3,000 in the lead right now. Also ahead in kills, which is looking pretty positive for them, even though Japan have not really taken their foot off the gas pedal. Every fight they can find, they're still looking for opportunities.
Well, they do have the opportunity to look at this Dragon if they'd like to. Mountain Drake is available.
Why are you in the bottom lane taking a red buff when there are 3 members top, taking away your tier 2 turret in the top? You're not taking any objective on the rest of the map, and this just backtracks to what we were talking about during the Summoners Rift match. Japan's prioritizations of objective just seems to be a little bit off.
You mean non-existent?
Yeah, kind of.
Because those 2 towers just went down for free.
They're trying to trade in the middle lane, but Ari obviously has wave clear. It's really hard to dive that Ari, and they will still go for a Drake. It would have been a 2 for 2 if they got the mid turret in terms of objectives.
Exactly, yeah.
But it doesn't actually prove to be efficient in terms of timing. They're reacting, they did the red buff. It's a bit slow.
They got some good vision control, but now that vision control is effectively useless because they've already gotten themselves the Drake. So that vision can't really be used for anything other than trying to go for picks. But if they tried to force a fight at this point in time, I do feel like that Southeast Asia would be the team to come out ahead.
We'll see whether they are going to be. At the moment, it's a bit of a gank rush being set up by Dara and Heredi. Heredi looking for revenge any way he possibly can. Does now have his golden timepiece. Should be able to keep him out of trouble for at least a couple of seconds.
They just don't know where the rest of the team is. They're sitting in brush, hoping someone will walk to them. Because whoever goes out of the brush first and hits that no longer safe zone may be in trouble.
Oh, QTV possibly in trouble. Good exhaust is going to lock him up there for the moment. He's been charmed and eviscerated.
Adios, amigo.
More structures to be taken, though, by SEA.
And this is consistent through all the SEA games we've seen on Assassin mode. They're very good at objective control with damage dealers almost exclusively. That's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
But they actually do it pretty well.
Well, it's sort of how the GPL plays a lot of the time. They like picking these damage-dealing champions, and at the moment, are most certainly using them to take down these structures over and over again. Levy and Celebrity doing very, very well, but this time, Japan have answered with a couple of towers in the mid lane themselves.
But I don't think that Southeast Asia are going to be too upset about this, because they literally just traded 2 towers for 2.
And they have to force recalls here.
And they even lost a member in the mid lane, so this is the best case scenario for them. So there are still 2 turrets left in the mid lane for the GPL squad to take down. But I think that when you have so many great split pushes, they're actually in a great position to start threatening the base of the Japanese team.
Yeah, my only concern, I guess, at this point is that those middle towers are standing, and in terms of opening up the map further, they do have a lot of the side lane turrets, but until they break that middle turret, they can't look at the early barons or anything to that extent. They do need to make that turret fall, and they are still 5 assassins.
You say that, however, GPL did just walk up to Baron last game, take it, and then leave.
They did.
There was very little contention over the objective. Speaking of contention, there might be some over this turret right now.
Yeah, looking for the siege as Dara is going to clear out those minions quite nicely. Low health is the outer turret. This just in, Saros has done 38% of his team's damage as well, which is important given the fact that, you know, he's the only champion that is unique on his team.
I believe is the appropriate turn there.
Nicely done.
Cheers,
Nicely
brother.
done. I think that works. I think it does work. Would you
give you that
recommend a Crikey there, Rusty?
Crikey's appropriate.
Yeah. Crikey's always appropriate. In goes Saros. Get a damage down. Yeah, good charm as Heretti lands it. Oh, God, the face check. That's not what he wants. As there's the paranoia celebrity. May have bitten off a little bit more than he could chew as everyone piles on top of him. That Nocturne got severely punished.
Yes, he did. But my God, Levy played that so beautifully. Notice that he actually used his stealth as Tussle walked into the brush. It was just such good decision-making from Levy, really demonstrating his proficiency on the champion.
Yeah, knowing vision, I think, is what's actually separating the C team from the rest. Yeah. Is they're always sitting behind vision, knowing where theirs is, knowing where it isn't of their opponent, and picking up on that. Levy, of course, on a control ward, expects, again, an assassin to flank. That's pretty much what they do by trade. And he puts himself into the mind of the enemy. Celebrity actually just kind of dies helping him out on that journey instead of letting it just go to Levy. They do trade.
Still happy about it in the 1-for-1.
The great thing about this play is that it shows you the difference between Kha'Zix and Nocturne, because if Nocturne goes in and gets a kill, he's staying in. There's no way for him to get out, whereas Kha'Zix has the reset function. He can disengage if he is able to successfully outplay his opponent. Well, quote-unquote outplay, you know, like...
successfully fly around the
He's level 12, so he's the highest level on his team. He does have the reset with the ultimate, so that availability is always going to be there. That man's huge.
Well, Ron OP is going to get jumped on, but Evie also going to get jumped on himself. Optimus is going to pick up the kill. It was all a bait in the end. Ron OP survives.
Good punishment there from both Optimus and Ron OP. Ron basically being the bait, trying to lure out his opponent, and he did a good job, held on to that exhaust. Honestly, I feel like Evie just was a little bit too greedy, saw a weak opponent that he tried to take advantage of and ends up getting punished.
Yeah, Heretti is mad at QTV, but misses the charm. Lands the Orb of Deception, though. He's doing a fair bit of damage. He will be able to chase down his Pantheon relatively effectively, but has to stop in the end. As Dara gets himself back into his base. Optimus heads over, but everyone's just switching positions. That's cute.
Same.
We were talking about that Now You See Me movie recently. I feel like it's pretty appropriate here as well.
It's a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Everyone popping around.
It was good, but the second was the same as the first, is what we concluded.
Yeah, I feel like that's just a big broadcast.
I'm yet to see the second, I've got to be honest.
Not great, as Saros looking for an engagement here in the mid lane, knows the charm isn't there, but the Grand Skyfall's not going to find anyone. Levy's around, and you probably don't want to mess with that guy. He's pretty strong. And they don't.
Constantly hiding in every crack and crevice possible. So they don't chase any further. Of course, pretty risky if Cassidy uses his 3rd consecutive ultimate to close distance when he's only level 12. He won't be able to get out because he's most likely out of mana in the first places. Tussle's about to kill QTV. There's no mana.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of mana. Gets slowed down, and there is the kill. So Tussle able to at least equalize something on this map as Dara. Oh, goodness, stop it. Stop it. I'm really confused.
Two LeBlanc? What?
They're still the same color as the distort circle.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Where am I going back to?
You know what confuses me?
What confuses
We have a
you?
ninja in the top lane, literally named Shen.
Yeah.
He's not in assassin mode.
Hey, that's true. It's probably because he's not really
an assassin, I know, right? Yeah. But he's a ninja.
We don't need to have the Shen's not a ninja conversation. I mean, I feel like that one's been done to death, and it bothers everyone. As in goes Saros, doesn't get the slow onto Optimus, but Ron OP not going to enjoy that one too much.
And the turret fell.
That did also happen.
The ultimate goal has been achieved once again by the GPL team. They can utilize this mid turret being down to control vision a little bit more deeper into the LJL side's jungle now. They can look towards perhaps an early Baron with, again, it's a Kha'Zix. There's always a Kha'Zix.
Oh, where's that going?
Paranoia as in he goes. Evie is going to get feared. He's running away. He's not having a great time, but of course a Spartan will always fight. As there's a flash. Good flash in response, though, as now Heredi really wants to get some fight back. Is still going to get feared, but Tussle's here. Seros is down, and that is going to be the kill picked up by the mid laner.
All I'm going to say is if he had a Blade of the Ruin King or a Ghost Blade right there, he probably wouldn't have needed to flash. But nevertheless, he isn't quite able to get the kill onto Evie. Ends up trading flash for flash. Isn't even able to get the kill with an Ignite. Ends up giving away a free kill over to the LJL squad.
But Duskbringer also gives him movement speed. I don't know whether he necessarily needed flash anyway.
He's also just generally overexcited. He didn't actually need to go then. Like, we were just discussing the visions possible. You know, you can do all of these awesome things. He had his R button available.
Enemy,
like, I must.
ult up, kill.
Rush of blood to head. QTV. Oh goodness, the chains are going to land. Everyone shows themselves in the brush, and Heredi gets himself the kill. That is his second for this game. Feeling a bit better.
So the kill gap is closing, the goal gap is closing. This is going to give it another turn over to the LJL. And look at Evie.
Yeah, Optimus's health bar is closing as Evie just gets mad at the clone.
LeBlanc even throws out a cheeky laugh there.
Yeah, like it. Have a giggle. This is supposed to be fun. As in goes Ron OP.
To be fun.
Try and get damage down. Spirit Fire is there. But the disengage comes in. Nicely done. Everyone can hop around. Looks like no one has to really commit.
Pretty much such is the life of an Ahri support, I suppose.
Yeah.
If the charm connected, things may have been different, but both missed. So ultimately, we get to reset. The turret does not go down, however, it is low. So if they go back there in the future with Evie or Seros, both having teleport, then it's likely to fall.
Honestly, they could just leave Heredi in the side lane. Ahri is perfectly safe to sit on these side lanes, given that she has the ultimate.
Oh, Tussle. He's going to get charmed up. Ron OP flashed on and destroyed. Gets the reset and jumps out.
I don't know why I'm surprised every time I see this. Like, I really should be used to this damage by now. The isolation effect now with the changes means that the cooldown on his evolved Q is reduced by 60% on an isolated target, which is where all this insane damage is.
Celebrity. I've seen this movie before. It happened on the bottom side of the map, and it was not a great time. As in comes Levy. They're trying to even this one out, but a Celebrity is going to fall. Levy gets it in the end as Dara lands the chains, but he is going to get punished. The Distort pops back the LeBlanc. Now Optimus. I mean, do it. I don't know whether it's necessarily a good idea.
That's 3 kills now going over to the Japan squad. They have closed the goal gap even more, but Optimus.
Oh no,
they can't see him.
Oh no, they can see him.
Oh no! Gave him away. Distorts his way over, looking for the kill now on Heredi. Oh, that pop damage was insane. And now Evie not going to get charmed as Dara. I think
he thinks
this is exactly the same strategy that was just used against you. That is real cute. You are going to die, however, and that is not what you want. Optimus gets himself out. Evie now jumping on someone, but isn't going to be able to get the kill. That's why you don't take Thunderlords. You should take the Deathfire Touch, so your spears do the Bernie stuff.
They didn't actually Bernie stuff him enough.
I know.
So we do get to see Celebrity once again getting hyphy, thinking he can do more than he actually can at an inappropriate time. You know, trying to go to lunch when it's 10:30 and you just got into work. And they're fighting again. They're not fighting again.
They were. QTV took a lot of damage. Is going to head back to base now. Scry's Bloom utilized just to check out all of these wards around the Baron. But GPL know exactly what's going on in that pit. No sneaky business by the LJL this time.
Big minion wave was in the bottom lane. That actually just gives away to the turret. Actually really smart from the Southeast Asian squad to posture around the Baron, because if someone was moving to that bottom lane, they could have then tried to force it. But this time Japan, they're not going to fall for the same cheeky tricks. They do have a little bit more vision control around that edge. They could even use LeBlanc to jump over, clear it, and then jump back, given that she does have all of those dashes available to her. It looks like she's going to pull that one off.
Oh, here goes Optimus, looking for some chains. Not going to find them. We do need to take a moment to talk about what this means for Southeast Asia as a region as well, if they can make it to the All-Star event here in Barcelona, because it has been a while. And I mean, the separation between the GPL from the LMS as well has always been a big deal, and they've wanted to prove themselves on a stage like this. Now will potentially have an opportunity this squad can make it over there.
And same for Japan. We heard very early on in the day where they, even though they did come here just to play for fun, they still want to win. They still want to have that opportunity to play with some of the legends of League of Legends. And in all honesty, like, who wouldn't, you know? To not only win yourself a tournament here, but to also go play with so many other talented individuals would be a great honor. And honestly, it would be great for your country or your home as well.
Yeah, precisely.
And this may be an all-star event, but these two regions have never met each other in a final. And yes, the tournaments were separated, but the fact remains, this is the first time they will be fighting against each other.
We'll have to see who is going to make it through. Still got some opportunities for Japan. They do need to win this to make it into these 1v1s for the deciding matches.
That's what we all want.
That's exactly what we all want. So we are certainly biased on this caster desk for the moment. Not even scared to admit it. It's just what's happening.
I also want Kha'Zix to be deleted, but that's a separate story.
We'll get another Kha'Zix to do it. I hear Kha'Zix is really good at deleting things.
Right? What beats Kha'Zix?
Kha'Zix. Good God, Tussle. That beats Kha'Zix.
He's actually level 15 right now, 182 farm. He really does like the jungle.
That's a lot of farm, dude.
For a jungle Kha'Zix,
He's 30 ahead of his top laner and 70 ahead of Levy.
That's ridiculous. What has he been doing? Farming, Max. Farming is exactly what he's been doing. Dara lands a chain. Another one's landed here as well by the Mimic. Cute. There's a blue buff going to be stolen. Tussle successfully gathers that one. Death Blossom Kha'Zix looking absolutely fantastic. Always been a Mecha Kha'Zix fan, but
yes, same.
Blossom is so cool.
Tussle, what you doing, mate?
Jumps into a charm once again. He just really likes Ahri as the exhaust is going to come through. Celebrity just says, I don't care, I want to engage. As QTV is going to be able to grab the kill on Tussle. Levy's jumping around this fight as Heretti goes golden. And look at this, Saros trying to get the work done on the back end, able to get one of the kills as QTV jumps on someone. It's a double. He's still alive. No, he finally falls as now Dara just gets destroyed. And look, there's the deletion one more time. The double for Levy.
And that's the Kha'Zix expert effectively coming out there in the back end of the fight and cleaning it all up. Optimus, obviously, superior mechanics to most people we've even seen in this tournament, looking fantastic. Does enough work, and this is where the structures fall, when all 5 are dead and the minion waves were already prepared.
And that whole fight originated from Tussle leaping over the wall, thinking that he could get some kind of pick onto Ron, and he ended up setting himself up to be the one that got picked off. Such a massive misplay coming out from the Japanese jungler, and it was just really honestly a selfish move. Yes, you have vision of Ron, you see he's separated from his team, but you don't respect the fact that there's the charm, Levy's ability to close the gap, Celebrity with the ultimate, just everything went wrong.
And the Pantheon coming in as well, ensuring that Tussle goes down. The flank that he now has is keeping them all busy, whilst Levy gets resets working with Ron OP. There's enough damage coming out of the area to ensure it happens, and these guys in the back have survived for so long that they do get to come back in, and the fight was on 2 flanks, it came back to 1.
I don't know how QTV survived for so long on basically no health. And here we are, finally, we have the Levy cam, the Kha'Zix with the zoom in. That's what we've wanted this entire game. Kha'Zix cam, guys, we can watch Tussle as well, but I don't think anyone else is relevant.
Levy's Rars are definitely one above Tussle's.
What, can you say that again?
Rar!
Perfect.
He's level 16 though. Tussle's almost the superior Razix right now.
Rar.
Nice. Good. Smooth transition.
Well, both of them have their Black Cleavers completed, but we've got a more of Malmortius on Levy.
Optimus has ascended Wizardry School.
Oh, yes.
He has now completed his...
Stick and a hat?
Stick and a hat. He's also got an hourglass to time the amount of life left in his opponents.
Oh, fantastic. I didn't know life was measured in time. But look, I didn't know things about wizardry.
I have some bad news for you.
No. I'm immortal. Did you know?
Life's more about one's journey through life.
Oh, no, Rusty. We don't need to go there. This rabbit hole is too deep. This QTV is going to make his way towards the mid lane. Everyone's sort of milling around the Baron, mostly LJL. We just don't necessarily know how to get themselves further forward.
All right, hang on. Wait, what is this Nocturne build?
Oh my goodness, we were so close to Earth, Wind, and Fire. Continue, sorry.
I really don't like this Nocturne build at all. I mean, I can understand if you are going to be the one diving in, realize that you are dying over and over again, maybe you want a bit more HP, but Frozen Mallet in an assassin game mode, I'm not a fan.
It's a Freezy Hammer, it's great. It's got a lot of weapons. It's got double hammers.
Run, Tussle!
Oh, goodness. The Grand Skyfall is going to find him. You can't go invisible for long enough. So Pantheon's going to be able to grab it. 7, 4, and 3 now for QTV.
I feel like the song Oops, He Did It Again couldn't be more appropriate right now.
Don't think that song's ever appropriate.
Tussle just keeps getting caught out of position. 40-second death timer. Baron is a card that's on the table, and GPL are heading straight for it.
Oh, you're really big. Pantheon's
there's a ward in there, exactly. Grand Skyfall going to come down. Lots of damage onto Celebrity, who mistimes the shield, but oh my god, QTV jumping on everyone. Levy's still alive, but he's low. No, he's going to get taken out by Saros. Haredi just gets wizard wandered by QTV. Waves his stick at them, and that's going to be a 3 for everyone.
So there's 15 seconds on Tussle. I actually don't wager they can get anything more than maybe a Baron if they're lucky. I think best case scenario is they recall now and reset, get vision, and prepare to do it all one more time, because guess what? We're 5 assassins. They can't take structures for free. They actually just all take damage.
Mission accomplished. As you can see Evie just coming in, he doesn't care. All he wants to do is stop the Baron. Optimus's positioning is actually fantastic in this one. What it was going to be, but then he flashes into the pit to reposition himself to then get all of his damage down. I mean, it doesn't matter how he got there. The ends is what he was trying to achieve. He gets the kills. He wins the team fight. They don't get the Baron though.
Yeah, and I would not recommend buying Evie a skydiving ticket for Christmas, because that's going to give him definite trigger situations after that. That was not a good time when he landed in that river.
Oh, they're back. Round 2.
Baron getting mad. Optimus. Oh, okay. Ward's going to get replaced, not going to be able to kill it. They can see exactly what's going on. Evie doesn't have teleport available anymore, but can Grand Skyfall. It is once again back off cooldown.
No. We're at a time in the game now, though, where everyone's starting to hit 16. Things are starting to turn up. And by that, I mean Saros can use ultimate all the time.
He can.
And that's kind of the biggest deal for the LJL team. This is when we saw Kami start to turn it on massively.
Yep. Lots of hops, lots of skips, lots of jumps for everyone. Oh, Baron's going to get mad at Optimus. A couple of autos there.
Evie ended up actually cancelling his teleport rather than joining the fray. So big cooldown now. That's going to be unavailable. But no one on the side of Southeast Asia actually has the teleport. Saros does have it available to him.
Not anymore.
Teleport coming in.
But that was a really early teleport.
What?
And he was also right there.
Yeah. Maybe he was trying to ignite something.
Dara!
Oh my goodness, he's going to explode. Levy gets the reset from that one. Celebrity's looking for more kills as Evie is going to fall down. It's a double kill. He's bouncing across the fight. Can he get more? There's a shutdown comes in. Heredi's able to pick up something as Celebrity gets in over to the side. It's a triple kill for Levy as he launches his way across the fight one more time. That's going to be the ace, and could it even be the game as there's an open inhibitor?
You would have to imagine this could be enough to actually end the game. We'll see if they can play it out effectively. At least the inhibitor is about to fall, and that is a lot of time with the LJL team dead.
Southeast Asia are looking to try and net themselves their first international wildcard All-Stars win, and with those death timers, they could very well do it right now.
Well, 5 seconds to go. Dara has to try and defend, but look at this damage. Celebrity rips through these turrets. Optimus and Levy also with a fair bit themselves as Dara looking to just try and clear out the minions. Levy's just going to get chased down. Dara just wants blood as he goes back to his distortion. That's the last tick. That'll do it.
Can he do it?
Celebrity, he's trying to take down the Nexus. Will they do it? Optimus, a couple more attacks. One more. And Southeast Asia will be your ASE representatives for 2016. What the heck was that?
I can't believe he did that. He was just one hit away from dying, one hit away from winning the game, and he ends up doing it. Fantastic play from Optimus to take his team to the All-Star event.
Absolutely fantastic. And remember, this is the Vietnamese squad. This team has been playing together for a little bit, but they didn't have the greatest showing in the earlier days. It was looking a little bit worrying, and now they are the champions here at IWCA.
And you know, say what you will about Levy, he did a lot of work, but Optimus, 6, 1, and 12, did the most damage in his team. You have to give him credit once again where it's very much due.
I mean, he won the game.
And he outright won the entire thing.
He got the 50 gold that matters, Rusty. And did so with such style at the same time. I love Assassin mode, and such a well-deserved victory here by Southeast Asia. 2 zeros, one against Turkey, the top team here at IWCA in a lot of people's minds after day 3, and then against Japan, another clean sweep.
honestly, congratulations to the Vietnamese squad. They came together, they worked hard, they had to defeat so many other teams to even be the representative for their region, and now they're here, and they're going to be representing the wildcards at the All-Star event.
Joining Korea, joining North America, and joining a heck of a lot of confetti.
And honestly, I can't think of a more deserving jungler than Levy. I mean, what a consistent performer he has been. The Kazakhs, once again, 9, 4, and 10 in that game.
It's like they almost picked up from where they left off.